Alrighty, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Authors to Know and Their Books to Read. I'm so excited that you decided to tune in. I'm so excited for our guest today as well. If this is your first time watching the show, thank you so much. Also, don't forget to share this video because I'm excited about this show. And I want you to know more about our guest author. So also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Martinique the Storyteller. Follow me on Instagram, which is Martinique the Storyteller as well. And if we're not friends already on Facebook, what are you waiting for? Send me a friend request so you can always be notified of the different shows that I have and that I actually post. And you can learn more about my guests. So I'm excited today, y'all, because I have Felicia Petit-Frere on the show today. So guys, welcome her to the show for me, please. Welcome, Coach Fee.
Hi, I am Coach Fee. How are you? I am so happy to be here.
I'm glad that you're on the show as well. So guys, like I said, if this is your first time ever watching the show, you know how you can make this show even more better when you interact with us, when you ask us questions and things like that. Because like I said, Coach Fee is a professional. And let me tell you about this book that she actually wrote. The name of her book is Rock Your Money. She's actually going to teach us how she shifted her mindset and money to achieve financial success. So she just didn't bottle it in, y'all. She didn't keep it in all to herself. She wrote a book so she can help you all have a better understanding of how you can do the same thing. So Coach Fee, let's get started. Because people are on time. Look at folks on time watching this stuff at 7 p.m. Eastern. So Coach Fee, why did you decide to write this book?
So Martinique, I wrote this book simply because I had my challenges. So in the book, I tell you about some of my challenges, and I wanted to let people know that you have financial issues. I have financial issues. Everybody has financial issues sometimes, and you're not alone. And I wanted to also let people know, look, I can help you with my experiences. A lot of times we don't share our experiences with other people and let them learn from what we went through so they wouldn't have to do it themselves.
Right.
In this book, I wanted to make sure that I gave people examples, real life examples of what I went through, some of my clients that could actually help them and help them understand you're not in this alone. A lot of people make financial decisions that are not the best ones. And a lot of people don't know how to get out of those financial decisions or how to get back on track with their financial journey. And that's what I wanted to write the book for. And I tell my friends and family, it's not just a book. Mm-hmm. It's a movement. Because I want more people this year to become financially fit, to live your dreams, to be able to travel. I'm not saying take all your money and put it in a savings account and don't spend anything. No, I want you to live your best life ever. And the only way you can do that is to actually have money on hand, not living paycheck to paycheck, not worrying about how you're going to pay your bills tomorrow. So that's what the book is all about.
Okay, that's good. So how did you feel comfortable with sharing with people your ups and downs of your finances? Because I know a lot of times we don't want people to know these things about, the struggles we may have had financially.
I think I just got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm where I am now because of where I was. And if I can help somebody else out, then that's what I'm going to do. So I just really got over myself. Really. A lot of, I understand a lot of us don't want people to know what we're going through. But guess what? None of us are perfect. Yeah. None of us. So I literally, Martinique, just got over it. I just said, you know what? Somebody needs to learn from, I'm not going to say mistakes because there were things that I chose to do. It wasn't a mistake. But a lot of times we just feel like, I don't want anybody to know that I did this, or that I have a 500 credit score, or that I can't pay my bills. I had to move back in with my mom. It's okay. And that's what this book is about. Letting people know you're not the only one. It's okay.
That's good.
As long as you're trying to find your way back out.
I know. Don't just stay there, y'all.
Stay there.
Don't just stay there. So what does the word rock mean in regards to people finances with the title of your book.
Okay. So R.O.C.K means R.O.C.K, R is to realize your money potential.
Mm-hmm.
O is to own your financial destiny. And the C is to create your money story. And the K is to know your worth. Now, the
Okay.
R in realize your money potential, that is just, a lot of times we don't know what our potential is because we get stuck up here.
Mm-hmm.
We get stuck in our mind. We think about, oh, I've never been able to get anything right. I have no luck. I don't understand finances. I'm just going to go to work every day and work this 9 to 5, and I'm just going to make this money for the rest of my life. Or, people have all things that they believe in. A lot of times, this is the point when you got to change that mindset, right? You got to change your mindset to think that I can do what I want to do. Do you know, I have family members that have never made 6 figures, that have never made $60,000, but have had a house, paid for kids to go to college, have vacations, Christmases, never missed a beat. And it's because of their mindset and their willingness to create goals and to go after them. So I tell people all the time, when you realize your money potential and you make over your mindset, create goals, you can do whatever you want to do. And then own your financial destiny. You're creating visions. You're backing up those goals. You're looking at your current state. It's several different steps that we have. And you probably didn't ask me that yet, but I'm so excited about this book. I tell you everything.
I know that's right. You like, well, look, you don't even have to ask me. I'm gonna tell you. But let me ask you this. So can you, because I know you started to, but if you can just continue to walk us through your book, just so people will know what to expect when they read your book.
Okay. So in the book, it's divided up in sections, and each section is a part of R.O.C.K. So the first section is the R, which is realize your money potential.
Oh, that's good.
Is the O, which is own your financial destiny. The third section is create your money, and the fourth section is know your worth. So within each section, you have different chapters, and I think I've already given you the first section. The second section is where you start to look at your vision, look at what your current state is, what your finance. Because a lot of times, Martinique, believe it or not, people don't really know how much they owe altogether, including everything, bills, mortgages, loans. They just have not really sat down to look at how much they owe. And a lot of times when I sit my clients down and say, bring all the bills you pay monthly, bi-monthly, weekly, however you pay them, yearly, bring them all. We're going to sit down, we're going to put them in a spreadsheet, and we're going to come up with a number that you owe. And when they look at that number, they're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's a big number sometimes. And then you have to look at it and say, this is my current state. Now, where do I want to go? And when you figure out where you want to go, then you create those goals. You gotta, and then you have to have your why. For me, my biggest why is my daughter. And I just wanted her to have the best life ever. So I never wanted to be stuck in debt. I never wanted to not be able to have experiences like traveling and things like that. So she was my biggest why. Okay. And to make sure that I met those goals and gave her and myself and my family the things that I wanted, I stayed on target with some of those goals. Yeah, I dip sometimes. Everybody does. But as long as you get back on track, you'll always win. So that is own your financial destiny. You assemble your budget. People don't like the word budget. So sometimes if you want to call it a plan, whatever word you want to make up with, you gotta have something that tells you whether you're on target or you overspending. You can't just get a check on Friday and then Sunday you're like, where did my money go? People do it all the time. And this is the chapter that will help you. This is the section that will help you do that. Creating your money story, you're then going in to look at your, I call it the powerful three numbers, and that's your credit score.
Mm-hmm.
That's you're creating your own story. So you can change your credit score within a matter of weeks if you know how to do it. And changing that money story, you're changing your future. If you're looking to buy a home or you need a loan and you want to send your child to college or whatever you want, they're going to check your credit score. And sometimes they check your credit score to get a job. So you want to show or put your best foot forward when it comes to your credit score. In chapter 9 of my book, we go over the power of the three numbers. So you'll understand how your credit score works, how you can increase your credit score, the things that affect your credit score, and then we go into how you can be intentional going forward about your finances. And in the last chapter, Know Your Worth, you're calculating your net worth. You're looking at all of your expenses and all of your income, and we're hoping that that number you come up with is positive. No one wants a negative net worth. But if you do have a negative net worth, that shows you that you got some work to do, right? And then you create what I call your sweet spot. So once you realize your money potential, create your financial destiny, own your credit score, and look at your net worth, once you got all that working together, that piece in the middle where they all touch, that's your sweet spot. That's the point in which you can start making your goals happen. So that's how the book is divided up. And I hope people enjoy it, and they have questions, jump on my page and say, hey, Coach Fee, I read something in your book. Can you help me with it? I love that. I love talking to people.
And that's really good that you mentioned your page. I actually have Coach Fee's Facebook page in the description box, guys, as well as her website. But let me ask you this. In order to reach your financial goals, is it sometimes a matter of getting a second job so you can have that money that you want?
Yeah. It's, I have a client, and she doesn't mind me talking about her. I will not name her. But I have a client that she had some goals that she wanted to achieve in a certain amount of time. She wanted to purchase a home, and she wanted to get her finances together to purchase that home. So we worked on her credit. We worked on her current state, all the bills that she had. We said, hey, we know we want to get to this goal. These are some things that we're going to have to cut out. And then she became an Uber driver. Mm-hmm. So she started picking up hours when she was off of her 9-to-5 job, and she started driving for Uber, making extra money. And she's well on her way to reaching her goal now. So, and the second job doesn't have to be forever, right? You can just figure out, once you look at your goals and once you look at where you are and where you want to go, you can figure out how long you need that second job. Mm-hmm. A lot of times you can get you a second job right here in your home. There's a lot of companies that allow you to work from home, telemarketing, call centers. You can create your own product. If you have, like, for instance, I still have a full-time job. This is a second job for me. Hopefully one day I'll be able to just be full Coach Fee for you guys. Yeah. But there is no problem with getting a second job. No one should. If you have to do that, I suggest you go ahead and do that, because your goals and what you want to achieve is far more important if you can, right? Because we all have families and different things like that. So it may just take a longer period of time, or if you can go get that second job, I suggest you do it.
So if you can just encourage somebody right now that's, they do have that one job and they say to themselves, it's only certain things that I enjoy doing. How do you motivate them to just bite that bullet and take that job that maybe they don't love, but if they have a financial goal, help them to push them past that point of only thinking about, well, I hate this job and I would never do it?
So listen, when I sit down with my clients and we go through the point of creating your goals, I ask them, I want you to tell me what you want. Nothing is too big, nothing is off the table. Why are you here? What do you want to achieve? Right? And when they tell me, and it is amazing how much people faces, even if they're in a rut right now, it amazes me the glow on people's faces when they're like, oh, I want to buy this house, and they have pictures on their phone, and oh, I want to travel to Fiji, and they have pictures on their phone. Oh, I want to send my child to college, and they can see it. I want you to see it, right? Because once you see it, vision boards, I have people create vision boards so you can post it and you can see it. That motivates people. So a lot of times, like next year, one of my girlfriends put out there, who wants to go to Greece? I raised my hand and I said, I want to go to Greece. I got a picture up here, you can't see it, of a street in Greece that I love. And I look at it and I said, you know what? I can do without that Coach bag.
That's good.
Or I can do it without that extra shopping trip or this travel moment to go to Atlanta, because where I love to go. Because I want to go here next year.
Or that extra Starbucks cup of Starbucks.
That extra Starbucks. Yeah. That $4 mocha laka chaka. I can't even name them because I don't drink coffee. But a lot of times you got to find your motivation in where you want to be.
Right.
Not where you are right now. You know? Because a lot of times we feel like, man, I'm never going to get out of this. But if you have somebody that will sit you down and give you the steps to help you, and then it's like dangling a little carrot, right? If it's something that you really want, you're going to work for it, and you're going to work hard for it. And I tell people all the time, at the end of it, while you're going through it, I want you to celebrate. I don't want you to feel like you can't do anything. That's not how I set it up with my clients. I want you to have those celebratory moments. Now, I'm not saying take a plane to New York and celebrate. I'm saying small wins, small celebrations for yourself. Maybe you go out and buy something or do something, but you have to be able to understand where you want to be, and you have to be able to see it. That's what motivates people. You can see it in the pieces.
That's good. And guys, I know we have a couple people that actually just joined in and started watching the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you go ahead and share this video. I actually have author Felicia Petit-Frere on the show, aka Coach Fee. She actually wrote the book Rock Your Money. She's actually teaching all of us how to just change our mindset and money to achieve financial success. Guys, all of her information is in the description box. Her Facebook page, as well as her website, and also where you can purchase her book. That's all in the description box. So you can't miss it. You can't lose. So I'm just asking her a couple of questions, just getting to know her better, as well as have a better understanding of her book. If you have any questions, make sure you go ahead and type those in, because this is free knowledge that you get right here, right now, y'all. So don't so take advantage of it. So, Coach Fee, what type of person would you actually recommend purchasing your book?
Really, anybody. I want everybody to purchase this book. But the person who I think will purchase this book is the person that they're at the point where they want to shift their mindset. They want to win. They want to get out of debt. They want to raise their credit scores, but they don't really know how to. They're looking on Facebook, on the websites, for people that put information out there to give them to do this first, do that second, or looking at a different way of doing it. Maybe they've had somebody to show them something that hasn't worked in the past. There are companies out here that tell you they can fix your credit score in 3 weeks. It's not always true. And you give them a lot of money and credit score is still at 500. I think that's the person that will see it and say, hey, I think this is good for me. But actually anybody can read it. simply because of the information that I added in here. I tell you a little bit about, well, I tell you a lot about myself. It's not just a financial book. I tell you a lot about myself and the process that I went through, and how I started becoming how I started being a financial coach, and the things that I learned along the way. So to me, it's a good read. So anybody can, I think anybody is good at, will be good for reading it, but I think it will resonate more with the person who is struggling at this point and really needs a 1, 2, 3 process to help get from where they are to where they want to be.
Yeah, and you know what? We're just so bombarded, especially on Facebook, with so many people that do say they're going to help us with our credit score. Recently, I usually see the ones that say for 57.98, something like that, or $47. How much does it cost to fix your credit score and stuff like that? You know, can you just reassure people and let people know how long that you've been actually working in the financial industry?
So I am an accountant by trade. I've been working in the financial industry for over 20 years. So I started out in accounting. I'm in finance now. And trust me, just because someone says that they're in accounting or that they work in finance does not mean they know how credit works, does not mean that they know how to pay off debt, does not mean that they know how to save. Because there's a lot of accountants that I know and financial people that are in just as much debt as everybody else. But people like me, and I know several other financial coaches that study the processes that help people to get out of debt, study the what's going on today, how people are getting into debt, the things that trigger people, that study the TransUnions, the Equifax, the Experience, the FICO 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the FICO scores that are out there that kind of know how these things work. I will never promise you when I can get you out of debt, because once we sit down and look at it, everybody's schedule is different. Everybody's calendar and how long it's going to take them is based on how much money they have to throw at their debt. Their credit score is going to be determined on how much effort you're willing to put into it, how much money you can put into paying off your debt, how much structure that you have within yourself to not go out there and run your credit back up. So everybody has, like I said, I call it a story. Everybody has their own money story, and it depends on how much you're willing to put in to fix it. So don't let people tell you, oh, I can get you out of debt in 2 weeks. Not gonna happen. They're gonna take your money and run off.
And be fixing their credit.
And fix their credit. Pay off some of their debt. And some of these credit places, they send you, once they take your money, they send you a bunch of dispute letters. Send these dispute letters off. And that's it's more than just sending disputes, disputing everything. It's more than just that.
Yeah, and Tracy George. Hey, Tracy George. She in the house watching. So she said that's really good. And I always think about things like losing weight, you know, because we have so many things out there that say, oh, lose weight quick. And if anybody has ever tried to lose weight and successfully lost it and kept it off, you know how difficult it is. So, you know, I'm just thinking about, like, when you're saying that it's a process, it takes time and it takes work. You know, that's the same thing that resonates with me with losing weight, you know, because it takes time. And I think when you do, like, for example, lose weight, or when you get your credit in order, you are more conscious about how you spend your money. You know? And so when you know all that work that you put in, when you did have to work that additional job to get your money right, you know, and so it just makes you more aware and more conscious.
And a lot of times I tell people, I say, you know, when we get you to a point where you're able to just breathe and woosah and not have to worry about, because it's rough when you're living paycheck to paycheck and you got to worry about every dime that's hitting your check account, and you're saying, oh my God, please don't let this bill hit and overdraw my checking account, because then you got more money to pay. That's a strain. That really isn't, it doesn't feel good. So when you get to that point where you're able to say, I'm feeling good about where I am. And I tell people, always remember that feeling right there. Remember that feeling. And you won't want to go back to living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, definitely. But I know we have a couple people that actually joined. With all the financial books out there, why do you feel like yours is one of the best ones to purchase?
The reason why I feel like mine is one of the best ones to purchase, simply because it's mine. Now, I feel like I give you a little bit of me in it. I help you understand the road that I took, the road that I traveled, and the process that I've created. Yes, I have some processes that I have adopted from other financial coaches like Dave Ramsey. I have the snowball method and the avalanche method, simply because I think they're good processes. So why take that and try to create something else when that works? It actually works. But I give you exactly what I did. I give you exactly what helped me. And I'm not afraid to tell everybody on Facebook Live, the people that are watching, I had a 525 credit score back in the day, like way back there. I was younger. I wanted to travel. I didn't care. I mean, I paid a bill. I'll pay it when I pay it. But right now I'm about to go to New York and spend some money, you know? And once your mindset changes and your focus changes and you see where you want to be, you kind of fix that. And it's maturity. Some of it is just trying to get your life together. And I know some people fall on hard times, and it's to know it's not their fault. Like right now, we have a government shutdown. People aren't receiving checks because the government is shut down. It's not their fault. This is where I try to help my people understand that emergency fund, having that emergency fund, being able to save for times like this. Now, everybody can't do it, and I get that. A lot of people out there are one check away from poverty, and it's true. If you don't get that check, you just don't know what to do. And I hate that people are going through that right now because of this wall. I really hate that. But what I tell people is that creating that emergency fund, it helps you when you get into situations like these.
And tell people, because I think that when people hear emergency fund and saving, they think of this grand number. You know, tell people that it's okay to save $1 or $2 or 10%, you know, or 5%, whatever percentage you can.
What you feel comfortable with. Okay, so I never want anybody to get to the point where you're going to be without a check. But I try to sit people down and say, hey, this could happen. You could have a medical illness. You could have your shutdown. You could lose your job. I mean, anything could happen. A couple of months ago, we never thought we were going to be here with this government shutdown for a month. You couldn't tell me that we were going to actually let this happen. But I tell people all the time, look at how much your bills are. At least have, I say 6 months, but you can save that along the way. You can, save it in increments, save it in what makes you comfortable. Now, with what's going on right now, like we said before, if you have your emergency fund, I'm not saying go broke trying to fund an emergency fund, right? I'm not saying you got to pay your bills and then, got to save everything that's left. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying save for a rainy day. Save a little bit at a time.
That's good.
And you will have, before you know it, and this is what I tell my clients, put it in a bank that you don't go to every day. I have a bank. I bank with SunTrust. I have a credit union I don't go to all the time. And sometimes you can have credit unions online that they have to send you your money. But put it in a bank you don't go to all the time and have it directly transferred from your check. And before you know it, it will build up. And you look in there and you will have a nice size fund. I do the same thing with my Christmas funds. I have to take a certain amount out of my check every 2 weeks or every week. And at the end of the year, when it's time for Christmas around October, they give me the money that I had set up in there, and I spend every bit of it on Christmas because I budgeted for Christmas. Every dime I spend it. And that's what a budget does. It tells you where your money is going instead of at the end of the day, you're wondering where your money is.
That's good. So now I know that you actually self-published your book, but you actually had a helping hand, a publisher. Can you just let us know what her name is? And I actually have her email and website in the description box. But can you just let us know why Jessica LeAnne was just such a great publisher for you?
I'm gonna make sure I get her company name right. Her name is Jessica LeAnne, and her company is Chocolate Readings. And Jessica, if anybody could hold your hand, she held my hand through this whole process because I was just like so excited to get the book out of my head finally and on paper, and putting it together and making sure that it flowed right. And she, like I said, she held my hand the whole time. She is one of those people that you can call up and say, "Hey, Jessica, I'm stuck. Help me figure something out." And I could read a statement to her, and I can say, "Does this sound right?" And she'll say, "Well, how about rephrasing it to say this, or just putting in different little words?" And she will do that for you. And she'll make sure that you're on time. If you tell her, like I told her, I want to release my book on January 15th, no later. It has to go out on January 15th. So she structured my calendar to the point where I could do 4 drafts.
That's good.
And then turn it into a proofreader, and then turn it into 3 of my own readers who knew my voice, because it was very important for me to write a book in my voice, as if I was having a conversation with you, what I would normally tell you, using the words that I would use. So I was able to turn it into 3 of my friends and say, "Here, read this and see if it sounds like me, if it sounds like what I would say to you." And we had enough time for that.
That's good.
She structured everything for you, and it was very smooth. She reassured me that everything was going to be okay when I was just out there, just like, "Oh my God."
So and how much? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. And she what?
And she helped me at the end. She did a speaking 1-pager for me, my press kit. She does all that.
That's good.
Awesome.
That's really good. Shout out to Jessica, Chocolate Readings.
Chocolate Readings. And she's also an author. So she knows what it takes and what you go through in the process.
So I know that we've been just getting people prepared for the book, letting them know more about the book. If you can just share with us, how much does the book actually cost?
The book is $14.99, and it is on Amazon. But I would prefer you to go through my website, which I think you have in your information
description box.
Your description box. So if you click on my website and you click on, I think the link will take you directly to the book page. And purchase there. It'll take you directly to the Amazon link where you can buy the book. And you'll see the book, and then there's also an ebook as well if you have a Kindle. But you don't have to have a Kindle because you can download it to whatever you have. And also, I am thinking about doing an Audible book, which
that'll be good.
So you really will have it in my voice.
See, now I think that those Audible books are really good because the job that I came from, it was a lot of data entry. And so that's what I liked. I like to be able to listen to my books and just do my data entry. I think
I
No
like to
pressure, no
travel.
pressure, but do it.
I like to travel. Like tomorrow, I'm going to Atlanta, and I like to just stick it in there. And before I know it, I'm where I want to be because I'm interested in this book, and
That's true.
listening to it along the way is fun.
So I know that you were talking to us about just getting our credit score together and actually just raising it. Can you tell our viewers about the Secret to 800 Credit Score Challenge that you actually have going on?
Okay, so I have the Secret to 800 Credit Score Challenge going on, and this is just for Martinique viewers. This is special for you guys. What will happen is if you click on the link that is in the description, you will be added to my email listing, and you will get an email for about 4 days, and you'll be added to a group on the Facebook page. So if you have Facebook, that is great. If you don't, you'll have to do your assignments and send them to me. But you'll be added to this email. We'll send you an email for the next 4 days. It's going to start in February, so I would suggest you go ahead and jump on now. But for 4 days, I'm going to send you a link, and I'm going to send you encouragement. I'm sending you some tips. I'm also send you an activity that can help you get to 800. And you'll do that activity, and then we'll get in that group, and you'll ask questions, and then we'll have like a question and answer session. And then on that 5th day, I'm going to invite you to what I consider a master class, and we'll put it all together.
Okay. And guys, like she said, the link is actually in the description box, and it says special offer: when you purchase the book, you'll receive access to the Secret to Building an 800 Credit Score for free. So make sure you just go ahead and click on that link. So now, if you can tell our viewers more about your company called Winsong Financial Coaching.
Okay, so Winsong Financial Coaching was my brainchild. I was trying to figure out how can I get all this knowledge that I have, because I was helping friends and family. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, I almost was walking down the street saying, "Hey, you need your credit, you need that," because I just, when you just have information and you're like, I can't hold all this in. I need to tell somebody. Like,
right.
I got my mom straight.
You're so funny.
Straight, so my friends straight. Who else can I help? And so my mom was like, well, sounds like you got a business. They say use the talent that you love the most, right? And I love this stuff. I absolutely love it. And I like seeing people win. So I sat down and I said, you know what, Felicia? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go big or go home. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go big. I'm going to create this. I want to help people. I want to make sure that they're winning along with me. And that's how Winsong Financial Coaching got started. And I started just jumping on Facebook, and we're going to start that back up in February, but I've kind of gotten away for a little while. But I just started jumping on Facebook and going on live and just seeing who was interested in what I had to say. And at first you think everybody knows how to do this kind of stuff. But in all actuality, people don't. They don't know how to get themselves out of some of the financial issues that they get themselves into. And sometimes they just need somebody to say, it's okay, it can be fixed, and this is how you do it. Yeah. So that's what I did. I started Winsong Financial Coaching.
And Coach Fee's website is in the description box. So I know that January 19th, you actually have an upcoming book signing in Powder Springs, Georgia. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So I'm excited about that because I'm actually supporting another one of my friends. They're having a ladies empowerment health forum, and it is to, and men can come too, but it's pretty much just trying to get women to understand that we need to put ourselves first sometimes, because a lot of times we put everybody before us, and before you know it, we're sick. Our health is not good. We haven't been going to the doctor. We haven't been taking care of ourselves. And this forum is going to have a lot of people there with health information. Some people are going to be speaking. Some people are going to be at booths. And she said, Felicia, I think you should come. And I said, you know what? Okay. And because health and wellness and financial fitness kind of go hand in hand. You want to be full circle healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be my first book signing. I'm going to be there offering free 10-minute discovery sessions to talk to people about what's going on with them and just to talk to them about whether I can help them selling my book, signing autographs, autographing the book, and just having fun. It's going to be fun. So guys, come out. It's going to be a lot going on. I think, if I'm not mistaken, she's going to have the truck there from the hospital that does mammograms. You can come out and get one for free. You had to sign up. And I think did I give you that link as well?
No, but we can put it in the description box.
We can get it. But you have to, we would like for you to register so that she'll know how many people to be prepared for. She's giving away gifts. She's giving away all kinds of stuff. I think it's just going to be a fun event. I'm going to be there, Coach Fee, your friendly financial coach. So just stop by and see me at my table, and we can talk. We can chat. We can chat about anything. It doesn't have to be finances. Y'all can tell I like to talk, right?
But you know what? I think that's really good that you're going to be at that event, because I was talking to a financial wellness expert, and he was just talking about how really your finances go so hand in hand with your health, because you know, you're so worried about your finances, you begin to lose sleep. You have depression and anxiety, and so that's really good that you'll be at that event to help people.
You can't, like I said, when you can't pay your bills, it's very stressful, and I hope that, and this is for the people that may see this later, for people in replay, hello, for people that are going through the government shutdown. If you have questions, or you need help, or you need to understand what you need to do next, or you know, whatever help I can offer, just hit me on the page, and we'll have a conversation, because I really feel for anybody that has to go through that. It is a stressful situation. Everybody doesn't have a cushion to fall back on. So
definitely. And Coach Fee is going to teach us how to develop and create that cushion that we can fall back on, because nobody is exempt from problems happening in their life, and things happen. It's just a matter of becoming prepared for those things that happen in our life. Coach Fee, I just thank you so much for being on the show. Authors to Know and Their Books to Read. Thank you for writing a book such as Rock Your Money, really just to help us, really just to get our finances in order. And guys, this is the beginning of the year, you know, so a lot of us have weight loss goals. We need to begin to incorporate some financial goals as well.
That's right. Buy the book. That's why I did it in January, because you know we like to create resolutions.
We sure do. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Authors to Know and Their Books to Read. Don't forget to share this video, y'all. Don't just keep it all to yourself. Share. Make sure you also just subscribe to my YouTube channel, Martinique the Storyteller, as well as follow me on Instagram, Martinique the Storyteller, as well. Make sure that you also send me a friend request if you're watching this on Facebook. I mean, if you're watching this on YouTube. I hope you guys have a great night and be blessed, y'all. Don't be going through all this stress with your finances when you have a book like Rock Your Money that can really just help you out.
If you know you can't afford it, don't buy it.
Don't buy it. All right. You guys have a great night. Bye-bye.
Bye.